Bradford City have today confirmed their first departure of the 2006 January transfer window, and that is in the way of midfielder Alex Pattison, who was signed for League 2 side Walsall FC for an undisclosed fee. If you do go on to enjoy today's video, please make sure to drop a like on there for me and subscribe to the channel as well. If you are new, can we try and hit 200 likes on today's video? And don't forget to get your thoughts in down in the comment section down below on this departure. For me, I've got a lot of feelings around this one. Obviously, we did expect some pretty significant transfer departures in this transfer window, and obviously this is the first of those to come. We know that if we want to improve the squad, we have to get wages off of the wage bill, so there's a lot to talk about in today's video. Let's waste no further time and get straight into it. Now, this news was today announced at 6 PM, but I did break it just under 2 hours ago, saying that I was reliably informed that midfielder Alex Pattison is set to join League 2 side at Walsall FC. So if you want to stay up to date with the transfer news and drama, all that sort of stuff that is going on as soon as possible, then the Tier 3 channel membership is the best place for you to be. But Bradford City's article does then read, Pattison completes Walsall move. Alex Pattison has completed a permanent move to Sky Bet League 2 side Walsall for an undisclosed fee. The midfielder makes a switch to the Pallet Track Bescott Stadium after 2.5 seasons as a bantam. Pattison appeared 66 times during his stay in West Yorkshire, and he played an important role in our promotion to Sky Bet League 1 last season. The 28-year-old has found the back of the net on 12 occasions in Claret and Amber, also setting up his teammates with 8 assists. Everyone at Bradford City AFC would like to thank Alex for his services and wish him the very best for the future. Now, this is the first real significant departure, I think, since promotion that I actually feel gutted about. Smallwood I was disappointed about, but I could kind of understand why. But Pattison, I think he brings a lot of quality when he is fit and available, and it is a loss for Bradford City, but again, I can understand it. At 28 years of age, he needs to be playing more than 6 league starts so far this campaign, and we're now over halfway through the season, so to be playing and starting, winning every 4 games, that's just not enough for somebody of his age. Now, Walsall's article is incredibly long, but it does read, Alex Pattison joins on a permanent deal from Bradford City. We are thrilled to announce the signing of attacking midfielder Alex Pattison on an 18-month contract. The 28-year-old joins the Saddlers in a permanent transfer from Bradford City and becomes the first signing of the January transfer window. Then there's a lot about his career, which is not really relevant to us and a lot of the viewers for this video, who obviously will be Bradford City fans. But down here it does say, following his departure, Bradford City came calling from Harrogate Town, that was, and signed the midfielder in June 2023 on a 3-year deal. He made 13 appearances in all competitions in his first season. I think he had 3 separate hamstring injuries in that season at Valley Parade, and made his debut in a 1-0 defeat against Crawley Town before scoring his first goals for the club in the following 2 games in the league against Colchester and Stockport. He also got one in the cup against Accrington, I think, in between those 2 games. The 24-25 season saw Pattison play a key role in the side as he racked up 37 appearances in all competitions. We'll come on to his stats in a little bit more detail later on in today's video, where he scored 7 goals, including 2 against the Saddlers in January last year, and also claimed 5 assists as the Bantams went on to secure promotion to Sky Bet League 1. This season, Alex has featured 11 times in the 3rd tier and 16 times in all competitions, and has 2 goals to his name, including a strike against Rotherham at the New York Stadium. Pattison is thrilled to sign for the Saddlers, and he's itching to get life started in the West Midlands. I'm absolutely delighted to be here, he said. The move happened quite quickly over the last few days, and I'm just glad it's all sorted now and I can get started and help the team, who are doing really well at the minute. I spoke with Matt over the phone and we had some really positive conversations. He was eager to bring me in and highlighted his plans for me and what he wants me to bring to the team, and it really appealed to me. So as soon as those conversations were had, I knew this is where I wanted to be. I'm an ambitious person. I've experienced the feeling of getting promotion twice in my career, and there's no better feeling. I've got a taste for it again, so I'm coming here wanting to do similar, and hopefully I can play my part in helping the club achieve that. I'm looking forward to starting training with the lads, playing games for the club, and I'll give my best out there and showcase everything that I'm about. Head coach Matt Sadler is pleased to have added Alex to the midfield ranks, and he's looking forward to working with him. I'm really happy to secure Alex's signature, he said. Alex is a strong leader both off the pitch and on it in the midfield area. He plays very box to box and likes to progress forward with the ball. He's an all-action midfielder, and we're delighted to have signed him. We've had to to work extremely hard to do that amongst all the interest that he has had, and we can't wait for him to get started with us. The transfer is subject to FA and EFL approval. That was a lot to get through, and we skipped past 95% of it. Now, Alex Pattison is a very unique midfielder in the way of what he brings. Now, most midfielders are very good at passing, don't usually bring much of a goal threat, normally not the quickest, but Pattison is pretty much the opposite in all of that. I think his weakness is certainly his passing range. You know, he's not the most technical of players, but he's got a lot of upside. His ability to press and close big gaps in short periods of time. He's such an explosive player. I don't think I've seen anybody at Bradford City be able to press the way that he has. If you want an example of that, go and watch Bradford City's highlights from our 1-1 draw away at Peterborough earlier on this campaign. I don't think any other Bradford City player in this current squad is able to apply that press that we obviously go on and score our goal from. He's absolutely outstanding from that point of view. Obviously, that does come with his downsides. When you are a very explosive player, that means that your muscles can break down, and obviously we have seen throughout his time at Bradford City, he has had the odd injury problem, mainly in that first season where I think he suffered 3 separate hamstring injuries. I think 2 was in one hamstring and 1 was on the other side as well. So that is a little bit of a downside. He's also got a very good ability to score from distance. He's a brilliant ball striker, as I'm sure Walsall will have seen last campaign in the brace that he scored against them. He's got the ability to pick the ball up in his own half, run past 2 or 3 players and fire it into the bottom corner, as Walsall will fully well know. I think this is an absolutely great signing for the Saddlers. Obviously, his injury record is a slight concern, but I think this season, I don't think he's had many, if any, actual muscle injuries. I know he's had the odd concussion at times as well, which is obviously not being ideal, but it does seem a little bit strange from the point of view of he came off at half-time against Exeter, nothing was really said about a potential injury, and that was at the back end of November, and since then he's not been included in a matchday squad. Now obviously there has been rumours and all that sort of stuff, which again I don't really want to be talking about them because they are just rumours, and obviously no Pattison or Alexander are not going to come out and confirm or deny those, but there was some sort of talk of apparent fallout at half-time, words are going to be said, emotions are high, all that sort of stuff. So whether it's true or not, you can certainly understand it from that point of view. But like I say, at 28 years of age, Pattison now does need to be playing regular first-team football. I'm surprised he's dropped back down into League 2. I think there's a number of League 1 clubs that Alex Pattison could have gone to and been a starting midfielder for them. I think somewhere like a Rotherham United, for example, they would have snapped your hand off for Alex Pattison. I think he would have been a great signing for them. Goals from midfield, quality, can provide assists as well, energy, legs. I think he is a very good League 1 player. Obviously, injuries is now the reason why he's making the step back down into League 2. But I wish Alex Pattison nothing but the best. He gave it absolutely everything every time you saw him play in a Bradford City shirt. Very committed. But again, like I say, he just hasn't played enough football so far this campaign. From probably his point of view, at 28 years of age, like I say, when he's out of a contract with the club in the summer, obviously we've got an undisclosed fee in for him. I think with the ability that he's got, I don't think you're looking at 10 grand. I think you might be looking at 50 grand potentially, maybe 100 grand. That might be pushing it a little bit. There might be bonuses in there, might be 50 grand, but we'll get another 50 grand if he wins promotion with Walsall. I don't really know how we're going to structure the deals, but David Sharp is clearly a man who does know what he is doing. But Alex Pattison, this campaign then, played 11 League 1 matches, 6 of those being starts, playing less than 500 minutes. He did score 1 goal away at Rotherham United, took his opportunity very well in that game, but he did miss a very similar chance around 5 or 10 minutes before that. It was a left-footed strike where he has missed a further 1 big chance so far this campaign. He also registered 1 assist, which was that game against, no, it wasn't against Peterborough, was it? Because he won the ball back for that, but then it was Lapsley who played it through to Swan, so it might have actually been Stockport away for the goal that Sarsvik scored, where he really just put it back into an area, and in the end it was a great finish from Sars. But he did create 3 big chances, had a 70% accurate pass rate. We play a pretty similar style of play to Walsall. We do like to get it on the deck a little bit more. We're not as long ball as Walsall, but 70% is pretty decent. Like I say, his passing isn't his best attribute. You know, he is more of an explosive, goal-scoring, dynamic midfielder, but I think, again, that is pretty solid. Defensively, he will actually bring you a lot because of that ability to press high. 1.1 interceptions per game, 1.3 balls recovered per game as well. And for somebody who's, I want to say, between 5'7" and 5'9", something like that. He's actually pretty good in the air. He wins 65% of his aerial duels, which is really impressive for the stature of midfielder that he is. He wins 47% of his ground duels as well, and he has a 25% successful dribble rate. For me personally, like I said, this is a great signing for Walsall. As long as they can keep him fit, which they'll obviously be hoping they can do, as long as you don't overuse him, I certainly don't think he's a player that you can be relying on to play 90 minutes every Saturday, Tuesday. If you want to get 90 minutes out of him, maybe once a week, and you just gradually ease him back into it. You need strength in depth, but when you look at what Ryan Finnegan was offering for Walsall, good player, Alex Pattison though is a big improvement. And last season, as you already spoke about, played a lot more football last campaign in League 2, 30 appearances, 24 starts, playing just over 1,900 minutes, where he scored 7 goals last campaign. Yes, missed a further 7 big chances, but averaged a goal every 273 minutes. For a central midfielder, that is a really impressive return. And in the 3-4-2-1 that Bradford City played, he actually played alongside Richie Smallwood as more of a number 6, number 8, rather than as a number 10, you would say. He had a 14% goal conversion rate, which again is pretty good for a midfielder, and like I say, registered a further 3 assists, created 6 big chances, 76% accurate pass rate, defensively pretty strong as well. And again, you look at the duel stats, 45% of his ground duels won and 63% of his aerial duels. He's never going to shirk a tackle. He's going to give you absolutely everything. I can't say any more positive things about Alex Pattison. I'm a little bit disappointed that he has left Bradford City, but again, I can understand why, and we obviously want to kick on and improve. We could be in the Championship next campaign, and Pattison needs to be playing football at his age, so like I say, I wish him nothing but the best. If we have a look then at how Bradford City's squad is now lining up for the 2025-26 campaign, in this January transfer window, we've had 1 out and 1 in so far. Looking at the positions that we still need to improve in, like I say, I think there'll be some change in the centre-back positions for Bradford City. We now, in my opinion, need to bring in another holding midfielder, maybe a young sort of understudy to Max Power, who's going to play as that anchor number 6, whereas I see Metcalf now playing more in that number 8 role, as he has done over the last month or so, and looked very good in that position. We know Sarcevic and Sibley can play in that role, but there's still going to be lots more transfer business to be done at Bradford City. Alexander's kind of hinted at maybe just 2 more loans. One of them could be that Mustafa, who's apparently coming in from Crystal Palace, but I think there's more business that still needs to be done at Bradford City. Alex Pattison, I do think, is a little bit of a loss for Bradford City, and if we don't replace him, then I think at some points this season, like maybe when Power gets suspended, or if Metcalf or Lee or Power pick up an injury, we then might look a little bit light in that role. And I don't want to see like what we did last campaign, where we were having to play centre-backs in midfield because we didn't recruit in that position. For me, I do now think we need to bring in a proper number 6, hopefully a Jensen Metcalf type of profile, who can come in and just be the anchor in our side. But anyway, I'm going to leave it there then for today's video. If you have enjoyed it, please make sure to drop a like on there for me, and subscribe to the channel as well if you are new. Can we try and hit 200 likes, as I said at the start of today's video? And don't forget to get your thoughts in down in the comment section down below on this departure. For me, like I say, it makes sense really for all parties, and I think Walsall have got themselves a very, very good player on their hands. I wish Alex Pattison nothing but the best. He played a big part in our promotion at last campaign. So yes, he's gone to Walsall, who we obviously had a little bit of a rivalry with last campaign, but he's going to give the Saddlers absolutely everything, and I wish him all the best. Wish the Saddlers all the best with their promotion. How nice would it be if they could go up into League 1 and we could make it into the Championship come the end of the campaign? But thank you all for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you very soon for another one.